Let's talk about rational exponents. And you can see from the exponent right here on the right-hand side of this equal sign, the exponent is m over n. And that you can have that. You can have a fraction up in the exponent, okay? Remember, a ratio is a fraction, right? Top to bottom. So all a rational exponent means is that you're going to have an exponent that is a fraction. And whatever numbers are up here, in this case it's just m and an n, those are placeholders, the n is the index. Okay, so normally the index is 2 if it doesn't say anything, but you can have an index of 3 or 4 or 5. And the m is just the exponent that goes on the outside. So let me show you one other way that you could look at this. You could also look at it like this. Your n is still the index, and your m could be the exponent inside. Okay, so let's look at an example. Let's look at 8 to the power of 2/3. Okay, so 8 is going to be the radicand. If I want to draw this inside of the radical, my index here is going to be the denominator, okay? So the 3 is what goes there. So this is actually the third root or cubed root of 8, and then the whole thing is squared. So that's how we switch from a rational exponent to a radical. Now, do we know the cubed root of 8? Sure we do. The cubed root of 8 is 2. And now we have 2 squared, which is 4. So basically you're going to take the denominator and make that the index, and you're going to take the numerator and make that your exponent on the outside. Now let me show you another way that you can look at this. Sometimes it's helpful. 8 to the 2/3. So it's the same thing as saying the cubed root of 8 squared. Okay, so that 2 exponent, you could put it on after. You could put it on after right here, or you could put it on before. So in this case, I would have to do the 8 squared first. Okay, what is 8 squared? Well, 8 squared is 64. So now I have the cubed root of 64. And what's the cubed root of 64? Well, 64 is 4 times 4 times 4. You could try that in your calculator, or you could do the cubed root of 64 in your calculator. So the cubed root of 64 is 4. Okay, so notice we get the same thing here, whether we put the 2 on the outside and did it last, or whether we put the 2 on the inside and did it first. But for the most part, you're going to want to put it on the outside.